What's good, y'all? It's your boy Rome, and I'm back with another video. Today, I'm finna introduce something new to the channel. I want to start talking about something real. Hopefully, you enjoy the quality, because your boy been trying to fix everything, trying to make things better for quality over quantity this year, for real, for real. So today, we about to get straight off into it. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna name this Rome After Dark, but most likely, this is Rome After Dark, episode 1. Let's get straight into it. Alright, so first thing I want to talk about is lust isn't love. So lust isn't love, and that's why you feel drained. So yeah, it's late, and late nights don't lie. Late nights expose who you really miss, who you're really not trying to text, who really still lives in your head. And I already know, some of y'all don't miss the person, you miss the feeling. So we're going to talk about it, we're going to get into it. So intensity is not intimacy. You ever notice how the girl or the guy that feels like fire is the one that usually leaves you in ashes? I'm not even judging, I've been there. The late nights, the late talks, the you're different conversations, the sexual tension, so crazy you can feel it in your chest. Then you start thinking, dang, this gotta be love. And nah, that's not love, it's intensity. And intensity tricks you because your body doesn't know the difference between danger and excitement. So you feel your heart racing, but that isn't always romance. Sometimes it's anxiety with lip gloss on it. What you gotta realize though is lust feels urgent, love feels safe. Don't ever forget that. Lust says, I need you right now. But love says, I'm here when it's quiet. And most of us don't trust quiet because quiet makes us sit with ourselves. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about is trauma bonding. So let's talk about why the chaos feels so deep. So for the people that don't know what trauma bonding is, I'm going to break it down for you. You met somebody. You both have wounds. You got abandonment issues, trust issues, daddy issues, mommy issues, whatever type of issues you have. And what people do is they start to trauma dump. Oh, I've never told anyone this before. Now you guys start to feel connected. But that connection is built on pain. And pain bonds really fast. So in that relationship I'm talking about, I know someone watching this video is in it. You might fight hard, but then you make up harder. Then the sex is insane, but then the arguments are explosive. The apologies are dramatic because it feels like a movie. But movies are scripted. Scripted chaos. So real love isn't dramatic. Real love is boring sometimes. And if you grew up in chaos, boring feels wrong because your brain is used to chaos. So what you do is you literally choose stress over stability because your nervous system thinks peace. When it's peace, there's something missing. That's why most of us will leave the calm girl or the good girl for the unpredictable one. Not because she's better, but because she activates a wound. Alright, let's get off into the next topic. The next topic is, why do men sabotage good women? Or why do we sabotage good women? Not just men. Because I know people out there. Alright, bet. So let's be honest. A good woman exposes you. She actually communicates. She communicates way clearly. She does not play no games. She doesn't need to post thirst traps to get attention. What a good woman is going to do, she actually likes you. And to some people, that's actually scary because you can't blame the drama. It's you. And it's not just you. You were raised in chaos. So if you don't fix that and ground yourself, now you start to not like yourself and you'll still mess up. You'll create distance. You'll start nitpicking really, really, really quickly. And then all of a sudden, start replying slower, entertaining other girls. And it's not because she did something wrong. It's because you feel uncomfortable being loved without chaos. Sometimes we destroy what's peaceful because peace requires maturity. And maturity requires accountability. And sometimes accountability hurts the ego. And you got to be real with yourself. If you're going to grow, with that woman, if you're going to build a life with that person, then you got to be accountable. You know what I'm saying? She does too, on both sides. So validation addiction. This is something that a lot of people are addicted to. And let me say something that feels uncomfortable. Some of y'all don't love the women that you're with. You love how the women make you feel about yourself. Nah, bro, nah. There's a difference, because if you have multiple, all the compliments, all the attention, all the DMs, all the you fine shit, all the I miss you, it honestly feels like power, and you know it. You know it, because I've been there, and done that. It might feel like power, but what it is, it's an insecurity being fed. Because if you were solid within, you wouldn't need 6 different girls telling you that you're valuable. You know, without no woman, nobody has to tell you that you're a valuable man. But when you don't know, you collect attention, and attention is like a drug. So basically, the part that nobody wants to talk about or says, it never fills a hole when you can pull 10 women and still feel empty in your room at night. Because validation doesn't heal wounds, it distracts from them. And distractions get exhausting. That's why you're always drained. Some people think it's a spiritual battle. Some people think it's an internal battle or a mental battle. Honestly, real talk, this isn't a church talk. This is discipline. Lust clouds judgment. You ignore the red flags because she looks good. You ignore the incompatibility because the chemistry is crazy. You ignore your intuition because your desire is louder. Bro, that's not love. That's a lack of control. And every man or woman has its battle. Impulse versus alignment. Ego versus growth. Temporary pleasure versus long-term peace. So if you constantly choose impulse, your life will still feel chaotic. Not just in relationships, but in every single thing. Alright, so why do you feel so empty after? Why do you feel empty after? So pay attention how you feel. After the link, after the sex, after the argument, after the rush, do you feel grounded? Or do you feel restless? Love restores energy. Lust consumes your energy. So what love does, it makes you feel stable. Lust makes you feel a high. But then you feel the low because you're constantly chasing it, and then you're constantly low after. That's not love. That's a dopamine crashing. And if you live your life off of dopamine, you will always feel tired. Alright, can I be honest with you? Can I ask you a real question? The real question is, can you sit alone without needing somebody to validate you? Can you sit alone for a whole week without texting somebody just for your ego? Can you choose peace over excitement? Because if not, you're not in love. You're addicted to the stimulation. And stimulation feels amazing until it drains you. Alright, bet. So most likely I'm posting this when it's late. I want to be able to make this a whole new series. And I know, in fact, I called some of y'all out. But it's good. Some of us need to get called out. Because that means you're self-aware of, and you're self-aware enough about your situation that you're in now. And you're self-aware enough to grow. And you're willing to grow. I know you are. So stop calling chaos passion. Stop calling trauma destiny. And stop calling lust love. What you got to do is heal your need for validation and learn to be alone. Build discipline, because the right connection won't feel like fireworks. It's going to feel like home. And home doesn't scream. It doesn't burn. It doesn't confuse you. It stabilizes you. Bar after bar. Bet. It's your boy Young Rome. That was the episode After Dark, Rome After Dark, talking about lust isn't love. I'm here with a new one, with a new reaction setup, trying my best to make sure quality is over quantity. And man, I hope you actually listen to the words that I'm saying, because I know somebody out there needs to hear it. Somebody out there needs to stop trying to get social validation all the time and realize you're the star. You don't need nobody to validate anything you're doing. So always remember and believe in yourself. Anyways, I hope y'all appreciate the video. I made this off the dome this time. That's the outro. And I'm gonna see you in the next one. Peace.